Jeff Erickson, Jim Coventry here with you on week 6. It's the joy of 6. We are talking about ranking week. It's a tricky week. A lot of interesting players in tough spots. Let's start off right out at running back, Jim. Breece Hall going against the Denver Broncos in London. A lot of yards last week, no touchdown. The one killer fumble for Breece Hall. When he has Justin Fields, he finds rushing lanes. When he doesn't have Justin Fields, he doesn't find rushing lanes. But it's Denver. How do you feel about the matchup against Denver?
You brought up the most important point. When Justin Fields is out there, he's a different back. Because if you look at his season, that's been the whole thing. Week 1, he was great, and we thought he was back. And then weeks 2 and 3, not exactly so much. 29 yards in one game, 21 in the other. Even the receiving numbers weren't great. But all of a sudden, we're seeing him snap right back. So involved in the pass game, getting 14 carries in the last week. It's not as much as we'd like because they're trailing all the time, but the chunks of yardage. And I don't worry about the opponent. The offensive line and the run concept's good. You mentioned Justin Fields with his run action. Defenses always have to worry. So I think we're at the point now we tentatively can trust Breece Hall. I have him as my running back 14, Jeff.
I have him at 19, but I see your point. I mean, and I'm looking at like some of the guys I have in my rankings at that range, and it's like I'm not over the moon for Rico Dowdle if he starts against Dallas, but I've got him a couple spots higher. I've got Derrick Henry one spot higher, and I feel worse about that. And when I do my update on Thursday, that might be a guy that goes down a little bit. Derrick Henry, let's talk about him going against the Rams. The Ravens are an abject disaster right now. Total non-competitive game against Houston last week. I was shocked, Jim, at just how uncompetitive it was on both sides of the ball for the Baltimore Ravens. It's variations on a theme. When Henry gets Lamar Jackson back, I think there'll be better days ahead. But Lamar Jackson didn't practice on Wednesday. I don't think Jackson plays heading into the bye week. What are you doing with Derrick Henry?
You wanted to rank him lower. I just went ahead and did it. I put him at running back 22. You know, and he got that lucky touchdown last week. Beautiful. God bless him. Glad he got it. Great. But he had 33 yards on 15 carries. Houston's not a great run defense. They're a great pass defense, great pass rush. Look, game script is going to be the problem. That defense, we didn't see this one coming. But even before the injuries, they were looking bad. But with all these injuries now, this may be one of the bottom 5 units in the league. And the Rams, coming off that loss and an extended break, they're going to score some points here. And that means Derrick Henry's going to have game script working against him. He could be out of the game mostly by the second quarter, middle second quarter. Could you see a world where the Rams are up 21-0 or 21-3? At that point, it's Justice Hill season, right?
I've got Matthew Stafford in my top 5 at quarterbacks to answer your question. So yes, I can see that scenario happening there. Let's move to wide receiver. We got a trio of receivers ranked within 5 spots of each other. DK Metcalf going against the Cleveland Browns, Stefon Diggs at New Orleans, and then Jaylen Waddle against the Chargers. Let's start off with Metcalf. Steelers coming off the bye. It's a tough matchup against the Cleveland Browns. No doubt about that there. Metcalf seems to be getting frequently targeted, still gets those crossers. He can turn one into a big play. What are you doing with DK Metcalf this week?
I have the hedge. I have him as wide receiver 10 with my red downside tag. I can see a lot of things going wrong here because Aaron Rodgers hates pressure, but all the man coverage that Cleveland plays, that means there's often not a safety back. And with DK Metcalf running, like you said, those crossers, he's lethal on those. And Aaron Rodgers can make those throws, and all they have to do is connect on one of those, and that could be the day. But look, the targets 7 and 6 in the first 2 games, down to 5 and 4 in the last 2. He scored in 3 straight. Good yardage in 2 games, but I do think with all that man coverage and DK Metcalf, he is not going to be handled by Denzel Ward or wherever else they put him. He is a different beast to cover. It's not a technician. You need a brute on him, and they don't have a brute.
All right. Stefon Diggs at the Saints. Diggs coming off a command performance in prime time. In the week before, too, Diggs looked pretty good. I think that's the other thing. In the Carolina game, he had a pretty decent outing as well. Is he now a made man again? What do you like him against the Saints this week? Tough game, actually. Sneaky tough game, I think. I think the Saints are pesky at home in particular.
I agree. I think you're on the right track here. I think this is a lower scoring game. I think it's a trap game for New England. I think New England coming off a big emotional victory. Now they're going to play the lowly Saints, and their coach will say, get up for them. They can play. The subliminal switch says, yeah, they're the Saints. And I think they're going to try to run the ball. They're going to keep for a lower scoring game. I have Diggs my wide receiver 23, which means you're starting him. It's way higher than I had him weeks ago, but I'm really concerned about him having a real regression after that last game. Where do you have him, Jeff?
I'm at 20, so we're in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
I think you have him, you start him, but you're not thrilled about it. It's not one like, oh yeah, this is a DFS play for us here. Let's talk about one more. Jaylen Waddle against the Chargers. What do you think about Jaylen Waddle here?
I do have him at wide receiver 17. I'd like to put him higher. It's tough to do, but he did have 9 targets last week against Carolina, and it was a reasonably competitive game. I mean, the Dolphins had a lead for much of that game, and it just seems like maybe instead of that 6 targets a game, maybe 9 is the new normal. Tua underthrew that touchdown pass. He's pumping his fist. Waddle had to reach back, of course, because Tua can't overthrow a touchdown pass. There's that. But I do think last week's 110 yards, maybe he won't hit that, but I do think that now his solidified floor and decent ceiling will come into play. How do you stand on him, Jeff?
I've got Waddle at 16. So again, right in the same neighborhood there. I like that they used play action effectively on that deep ball late in the game against Carolina. That's a throw we haven't seen a whole lot from Tua, but they need to do that to kind of open things up. I worry about the Chargers matchup here, although the Chargers have had a hard time getting to the passer, so much so that they traded for an edge rusher this week there as to try to get that. Injuries have taken their toll on that defensive line. So we'll see. I think they actually have a sneaky home field advantage. As bad as the Dolphins are, putting that Charger team in the sunlight on the opposite sideline there, you're hoping for sunny skies and a warm day, and then they got themselves an advantage. All right, Jim, good stuff as always. Good luck to you guys in week 6. If you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button. And of course, check us out. Use promo code YouTube15, get 15% off any RotoWire product. Check out our respective rankings. Check out everything that we have to offer over at RotoWire.com. Good luck in week 6.